Hello students, in this part 2 video of chapter number 6, we will discuss anatomy of dicotyledonous and monocotyledonous plants. Let us start with anatomy of dicot root. This figure is of TS or transverse section of sunflower root. Transverse section of the sunflower root shows the following tissue organization. 1. Epidermis or epiblema. 2. Cortex, 3. Endodermis, and 4. All this it comes under stele. So it has got 4 main tissue organization: epidermis, cortex, endodermis, and stele. Epidermis or epiblema, it is the outermost layer. This is the outermost layer called as epidermis. Many cells of this outermost layer protrude as unicellular root hairs. These are root hairs and they help in absorption of water and minerals from the soil. Next is cortex region. This is the cortex region. It consists of several layers of thin walled parenchyma cells. All these are parenchyma cells and they have got the intercellular spaces. Cells के बीच में spaces present होती हैं in this cortex region. Next is endodermis. See the diagram. This is epidermis, this is cortex, and this is endodermis. It is the innermost single layer of the cortex, and the cells of this endodermis are barrel shaped, and these barrel shaped cells are without intercellular spaces. Cells के बीच में कोई intercellular spaces नहीं होती है. Also, the tangential and radial walls. This is tangential wall. This is the radial wall of the endodermal cells. They have got the deposition of suberin. इसके ऊपर सुब्रिन की डिपोजिशन होती है in the form of Casparian strips. These are Casparian strips. This suberin material is water impermeable and it is a waxy material. Next, stele. Tissue on the inner side of endodermis come under stele. This is endodermis, A is endodermis, and inside this endodermis everything is stele. They include number 1, pericycle. This is pericycle. Okay. A few layers of thick walled parenchymatous cells next to endodermis come under pericycle. Endodermis के अंदर thick walled parenchymatous cells की कुछ layers present होती हैं. They form the pericycle. इनका रोल क्या है? They help in initiation of lateral roots. Lateral roots के बनने में help करती हैं and also in the formation of vascular cambium during secondary growth. Clear? Next is pith. This central part is pith. It is the innermost region and it is very small or inconspicuous in case of dicot root. Next, conjunctive tissues. These are parenchymatous cells lying between xylem and phloem. This is xylem, this is phloem, and between xylem and phloem this tissue. This is called as conjunctive tissue. This is conjunctive tissue. Clear? Next, vascular bundles. 2 to 4 xylem and phloem patches are present. See the diagram again. This is number 1 xylem, number 1 phloem, number 2 xylem, then phloem, next xylem, then phloem, xylem and phloem. So 2 to 4 xylem and phloem patches are present in dicot root. Later, a cambium ring develops between xylem and phloem. बाद में xylem और phloem के बीच में cambium ring develop हो जाती है which helps in the secondary growth in dicot root. Next, monocotyledonous root or monocot root. It includes epidermis, cortex, endodermis, pericycle, then vascular bundle and pith. There are usually more than 6 xylem bundles. So they are polyarch. You can see the diagram. 1 xylem, 2 xylem, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are more than 6 xylem bundles present in monocot root. Also, pith is large and well developed. This pith is large and well developed in monocot root, and there is no secondary growth can be seen in monocot root. Now, anatomy of dicot stem. Outermost protective layer of dicot stem is epidermis. See the diagram. This is epidermis. Then it is covered with thin layer of cuticle. This is cuticle. Clear? It may bear trichomes and few stomata. These are trichomes. Next, after epidermis, then cortex region. Multiple layers of cells arranged in between epidermis and pericycle. एपिडर्मिस और पेरिसाइकिल के बीच में बहुत सी लेयर सेल्स की प्रेजेंट होती हैं. दे कम अंडर कॉर्टेक्स. इट कंसिस्ट ऑफ 3 सब जोन्स. नंबर 1 hypodermis, number 2 cortical layers, and number 3 endodermis. This outer layer is called as hypodermis, which is present just inside the epidermis. Then this region is cortex, and then this is endodermis. Clear? This is endodermis. So these are the 3 subzones of the cortex region. Hypodermis, outer zone just below epidermis is hypodermis. This is hypodermis. This is hypodermis. Clear? It is just next to epidermis. It consists of few layers of collenchyma. All these cells are collenchyma cells, and they provide mechanical strength to young stem. इनका मेन फंक्शन है मैकेनिकल स्ट्रेंथ प्रोवाइड करना टू यंग स्टेम. नेक्स्ट इज कॉर्टिकल लेयर्स बिलो हाइपोडर्मिस. हाइपोडर्मिस के नीचे राउंडेड थिन वॉल्ड सेल्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं. दीज आर पेरेन्काइमर सेल्स विथ कॉन्स्पिकुअस इंटरसेलुलर स्पेसेस. These are parenchyma cells present just below the hypodermis. They form the cortical layers. Then endodermis, it is the innermost layer. This is endodermis. This is the innermost layer. Cells are rich in starch grains. यहाँ पर cells के अंदर starch grains present होते हैं. So it is also called as starch sheath. Next, stele. It consists of following parts. Number 1, pericycle. This is pericycle. This is pericycle. It is present on the inner side of the endodermis and above phloem. फ्लोएम के ऊपर, दिस इज फ्लोएम, इसके ऊपर और एंडोडर्मिस के नीचे पेरिसाइकिल प्रेजेंट होती है. एंड इट इज प्रेजेंट एज सेमी ल्यूनर पैचेस ऑफ स्क्लेरेन्काइमा. जो सेल्स पेरिसाइकिल में होते हैं वो स्क्लेरेन्काइमा सेल्स होते हैं. नेक्स्ट, मेडुलरी रेज. सी द डायग्राम. दिस इज मेडुलरी रे. फ्यू लेयर्स ऑफ रेडियली प्लेस्ड पेरेन्काइमा सेल्स बिटवीन वेस्कुलर बंडल. दिस इज वन वेस्कुलर बंडल. दिस इज सेकेंड वेस्कुलर बंडल. और इन दोनों वेस्कुलर बंडल के बीच में मेडुलरी रेस प्रेजेंट होती हैं. एंड दे आर मेनली पेरेन्काइमेटस सेल्स. नेक्स्ट, वेस्कुलर बंडल्स. लार्ज नंबर ऑफ वेस्कुलर बंडल्स आर प्रेजेंट. यू कैन सी हेयर many vascular bundles are present in the dicot stem. They are conjoined, means phloem and xylem are present in the same radii. They are open, means between phloem and xylem cambium is also present. So it is open. And their arrangement, their ring arrangement is a characteristic of dicot stem. Also, protoxylem is enda, means protoxylem is present towards the center while metaxylem is present towards outside. Next, pith. It is the central part. Many round parenchymatous cells with large intercellular spaces are present in the pith. Anatomy of monocot stem. It includes epidermis, sclerenchymatous hypodermis, vascular bundles and large conspicuous parenchymatous ground tissues. See the diagram. Epidermis, hypodermis, ground tissues and vascular bundles. Vascular bundles कैसे होते हैं? They are many. बहुत सारे हैं vascular bundles, but they are scattered. फैले हुए हैं ये. But dicot stem में ये ring की फॉर्म में arranged थे. Vascular bundles in monocot stem are conjoined and are closed, means cambium present नहीं होता xylem और phloem के बीच में in monocot stem. Peripheral vascular bundles are smaller than central ones. जो बाहर की साइड पर vascular bundles हैं उनका साइज छोटा होता है. जो सेंटर में प्रेजेंट है vascular bundles उनका साइज बड़ा होता है. Each bundle is surrounded by a sclerenchymatous bundle sheath. This is bundle sheath which surrounds each bundle. Then phloem parenchyma is absent. Phloem में parenchyma absent होते हैं. Water containing cavities are present within the vascular bundles. Next is anatomy of dicot leaf. The vertical section of a dicot leaf shows three main parts. Number 1, epidermis, number 2, mesophyll, and number 3, vascular system. First, let us see epidermis. It covers both the upper surface and lower surface of the leaf. See the diagram. This is the upper surface of the leaf, this is the lower surface of the leaf. Both are covered with the epidermis. Upper surface of the leaf is covered by adaxial epidermis and lower surface of the leaf is covered by abaxial epidermis. Also, it has a conspicuous cuticle. See, this layer is called as cuticle. Generally, stomata are more in abaxial epidermis and fewer or absent in adaxial epidermis. You can see here in the abaxial epidermis stomata are present, but in the adaxial epidermis stomata are very few or they are absent. Mesophyll layer. It is present between upper and lower epidermis. This is upper epidermis, lower epidermis, and this is mesophyll layer. It is made up of parenchyma cells. Parenchyma cells की बनी होती है. They contain chloroplast for photosynthesis. इन सेल्स के अंदर क्लोरोप्लास्ट प्रेजेंट होता है जो फोटोसिंथेसिस में हेल्प करता है. It has two types of cells. One, palisade parenchyma. See the diagram. This is palisade mesophyll layer. It is adaxially placed. ये ऊपर की साइड प्रेजेंट होती है towards adaxial epidermis and they are made up of elongated cells arranged vertically and parallelly. Second, spongy parenchyma. This is spongy parenchyma. The oval or round and loosely arranged cells are present here. It is situated below the palisade cells. Palisade cells के नीचे ये present होते हैं and extends to the lower epidermis. You can see here they extend up to the lower epidermis or the abaxial epidermis. There are numerous large spaces and air cavities between these cells. Vascular system. It includes vascular bundles. This is vascular bundle containing xylem and phloem which are seen in veins and midrib region of the leaf. As in dicots, leaf has got the reticulate venation where veins vary in thickness. Thus, the size of vascular bundles also varies with size of veins. Vascular bundles are surrounded by a layer of thick walled cells called as bundle sheath cells. These are bundle sheath cells which surround the vascular bundles. Anatomy of monocot leaf or isobilateral leaf. It is same as dicot leaf in many ways, but it shows the following differences. Number 1, stomata are seen on both surfaces of the epidermis. See the diagram. Stomata are present on the upper surface as well as on the lower surface of the leaf. Also, mesophyll is not differentiated into palisade and spongy parenchyma. See here, this is mesophyll layer. It is same throughout. It is not differentiated into palisade layer and the spongy parenchyma. Also in grasses, certain adaxial epidermal cells along the veins modify themselves into large, empty, colorless cells and they are called as bulliform cells. See the diagram. These are bulliform cells. They are present along the veins on the adaxial epidermis. They are large, empty and colorless cells. When bulliform cells absorb water and are turgid, जब bulliform cells water को absorb कर लेते हैं और turgid हो जाते हैं, then the leaf surface is exposed. And when they are flaccid during waterless, और जब water की कमी होती है, water stress होता है, वो flaccid हो जाते हैं. They make the leaves curled inwards. Leaves अंदर की तरफ curled कर जाती हैं to minimize loss of water, ताकि loss of water को कम कर सके. Also, the parallel venation in monocot leaves is reflected in the near similar sizes of vascular bundles except in main veins. Monocot plants की leaves में parallel venation होती है, so vascular bundles का size यहाँ पर nearly same होता है except in few main veins. So that's all for today. Thank you very much for staying with me. Subscribe the channel to get the information about my new video. Thank you so much.